My goodness, Cameron, are you yet again just going to sit in your room all day working?
What is it this time, Mom? Are you really that upset about me working more? My company is currently fine with everything working remotely from home, so I'm going to take advantage of that for as long as I can in order to not pay for gas. And it's not like I'd be doing anything different in the office anyway. All the same work, and just doing it from my bedroom.
I do not like that.
You don't like it. Then take it up with the company. And I don't see you working right now, so I don't think you have a right to tell me whether you like the way I work or not.
Are you not aware of what everyone in this neighborhood thinks of you, though?
What? I don't care what they think of me. If they have a problem, then they should tell it to my face when I go out. Honestly, I don't get why you're even worried about what they all think, when you barely even stop to talk with anyone in this neighborhood yourself.
But from here to the bus stop that I walk to is your brother's university.
And?
That means that a lot of the friends that Trent has over live in this area and know who you are. And as far as I'm aware, all of his friends have seen you plenty of times and probably pick on Trent all the time, calling his older brother a NEET and such.
Oh, I see. So that's what you think of me now. Well, you seem to be the only one that thinks I'm a NEET, Mom. Because Trent has already explained to all his friends that I'm home quite often doing work. And that's why I'm never really leaving my room.
And I feel bad that your little brother has to explain to all of his friends why his older brother is a NEET. You really are so self-centered when it comes to things like this, Cameron.
Would you please stop calling me a NEET? It's not a nice word to be throwing around. And I can see where this conversation is going now.
If you could at least find yourself a job somewhere where you have to wear a suit every day and go into work, then I might be fine with you staying home every once in a while for work.
Just going into work wearing a suit does not make the job worthwhile to me. And these days, ever since COVID, there have been plenty of companies changing their structure to allow their employees to work remotely.
I understand that you're getting all worried about how people might view me, but this world has changed and nobody is bothered by me working from home. I am your mother, and I just want you to get a job where you actually mean something to this world and make the family look good.
I'm pretty sure I'm making us look good. Considering the kind of salary I'm making and the fact I'm able to give you an allowance of $1,000 every month. And what is it with you always worrying about our appearance? It's very shallow of you, so quit it already. Now I have a meeting coming up here in a few minutes, so I'll need to stop talking with you.
Hey, hold it right there!
Cameron, sorry for asking this so late in the day, but would it be alright if I stay over tonight? Sure, come on over. What's going on today with you? I made a mistake on when some work was due by a whole day. I thought I had another day to work on it, but it's actually going to be due tomorrow. Dang, man. Thank God you realized that it's due tomorrow now before it was too late. You're dang right. Well, I came home to Mom and she started to go off on me again about some petty crap yet again, and I wasn't able to focus on the work at hand. She's always going to be that way, huh? Oh, don't say that like she doesn't affect you too. Originally, I was going to ask one of my friends if I could go over to their place, but all of them have finished their work for this week and going out to party. So I'm in a bit of a pinch and need somewhere to get this work done. Honestly, I wish that I was already done with school and could be on my own. You don't have Mom constantly targeting you with things to complain about, making it so much easier for you to think and live. Well, I won't say that I really have to deal with her as often as you. Even growing up, though, she's always been on you about things, and I wondered why there was such a difference in the way she treated you and I. As I got older and then became an adult that could sustain myself, I started to see the person she really is, deep down. And I have to say, I'm not pleased with her behavior at all. I really wish I was like you. Come on now, Trent. Look, you and I have been working on a plan for a long time now that'll buy you your freedom from her. So as long as you can graduate from your school, then you'll never have to deal with her nagging ever again. Can be as free as me. That's true, I guess. When you first told me about how much you wanted to get away from her, I was shocked. And I'm sorry for getting you all wrapped up in my mess. But the fact that you're helping me out is really appreciated, so thank you. I know you appreciate me. So, what time do you plan on getting here later tonight? Give me another hour and I should be there. Yeah, I'll pick up something to eat from the grocery store on the way home, so you don't have to worry about making me anything. Wasn't going to. But what about breakfast? Can you make up some of your scrambled eggs for me? That stuff always hits the spot. Sounds good. I'll make sure to get up early enough to make some, so don't oversleep. And have a safe trip over here. Sweet. Thanks again for letting me stay over. Cameron, I've done it. Once I've graduated from here, I'll be able to work out on a ranch in Arizona. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, congrats on landing that job. Thanks. Now, I'll go and let Mom know that I got a job offering for your company so that she'll get off my back. I'm sure it'll become a small nightmare for you, but let's just hope everything goes as planned. Sounds good. I'll be ready. Now, you get back to enjoying the remainder of your life as a college student, because after that is where the really hard stuff called life on your own begins. Hey, you kidding me? I still have to finish up my final essay before I graduate, so things are not going to be anywhere near enjoyable for me. Cameron, can I come and stay at your place again? Yeah, alright, come on over. Honestly, you don't even have to ask me anymore.
Cameron, I think it's time I cut ties to you.
What? So we're having another one of these discussions. What happened to you this time that you didn't like?
I'm going to be supported and cared for by your recently graduated little brother from now on, so I no longer need you in my life anymore. I'm sure that you never heard anything about this. But recently Trent was offered a job by that very large company, Streeter & Sons, and so that's where he'll be going to work.
I see.
I know for a fact that at that company he will always be having to go into work wearing a fresh suit every day and will be seen as an elite. Luckily, it's not going to end up being one of those companies like the one you're in where they think it's okay to allow their employees to mess around at home all the time. I always knew that Trent was better than you, and it seems that my strict parenting with him has finally paid off, as we can really tell just how much more amazing he is. It is so pathetic that my older son is losing to his younger brother in life.
I'd like to ask you something, Mom. What would happen if Streeter & Sons ended up being the exact same as the company I work for and encourages their employees to work from home?
What?
That would mean Trent's work style would be the same as mine, and you don't like my style, right? If that ends up being the case, what will you do to Trent?
I'll force him to leave that job and go somewhere else. But from what I've heard, that company is only hiring the best of the best when it comes to young men. So there's no need to worry about them asking their employees to work remotely. Oh, I am so excited for this next step with Trent leading the way. I want to see what he looks like when he puts on a suit for work every morning. Our conversation became a little derailed there, but now you understand what's going to happen here. I only need myself one son, and that son is the one I can brag about the most. Now that Trent will be making the big bucks within this company, I will no longer require an allowance from you. We're cutting ties now.
Listen, Mom, the job offering that Trent received has been voided now.
What?
Streeter & Sons just so happens to be my company.
Huh? That's where you're working right now?
That's right. Well, actually, I'm the one leading this company, since I'm the CEO of it.
Huh? You're the CEO of that company?
If you're not willing to believe me right now, go onto my company's website and scroll down to the bottom of the homepage. There, you'll see a picture of my face and a small little introduction of myself.
What is going on here? I never even heard about that.
Told you this 7 years ago, Mom. I told you about how I would be quitting the job I had and starting up my own company.
You started your own company?
At the time, I could tell you weren't listening to a word I said. But the fact that for the past 7 years you still have not noticed that I'm a CEO, I'm pretty surprised by that. Kind of insane when you really think about the fact that I'm your son.
About Trent's job offering being voided.
Now, that was something he wanted me to do. So you'll have to go have a word with him about it.
You go and cancel the voiding of his job offering right now.
Excuse me?
That's what I want you to do. I want you to put your brother in as good of a position as you are in right now.
What was that?
Yes. Make him the vice president there, the COO. Heck, you could even give your brother your position and let him be the CEO now. Then that would make his income even more than yours, right?
You're stepping off the deep end now, Mom.
It's his older brother's company, after all, so you have to make sure he gets a good job there, right? If you find it hard getting Trent into a very high-up position there, then you can start him off with a lower position, but make sure he's making 3 times as much as the rest of his coworkers.
How about you stop telling me what to do with my company, you unemployed rat?
What?
If I became some sort of corrupt CEO that began to favor my little brother over everyone else in this company, I'd be removed from this seat.
But, this is Trent we're talking about here.
And like I said, you are far from any position where you're allowed to tell me what to do with my company. And as I was saying, Trent asked for the job offer to be voided as he has other plans now.
What?
And so, I'm doing my job as his older brother and respecting what he's asked for.
You can't do that to him, though. You're going to turn your little brother into a NEET, just like you.
I'm sorry, but didn't I tell you to stop using that word? Also, he is an adult now and has the right to make whatever choices he wants regarding his own life. I'm getting a bit annoyed by this conversation now, so I'll be going.
Hold on a second, Cameron. Trent. Big problem. Streeter and Sons, the company that you got that job offer from, happens to be your older brother's company.
What? I already know that, Mom.
What?
Why wouldn't I already know something like that? He's my older brother, and that's the company he started 7 years ago.
Well then this whole thing about the job offering you were given being voided?
You want to ask about that? Well, I'd spoken with Cameron about this a while ago, but his company happened to be second on my list of companies I wanted to join. I didn't want to end up not finding a job after college, and so I kind of asked him to put in a good word for me at the HR department. So after telling his HR lead they were willing to give me an offering for a position, well, there. But when I was later offered a job at the company I wanted to join the most, I told Cameron it was okay to go ahead and void the offering.
Is that so? Then this must mean your number one company is an even better one, right?
Not really. I'm going to be joining a small family ranch out in Arizona, like I'd always wanted to do.
A ranch?
Look, I understand that someone like me always seems like the kind of person who would love to just sit around at an office job all day, but yeah, I've actually always loved the idea of becoming a cowboy. I've already found myself some housing out there and sent most of my things.
Since when did you do all of that?
You don't have to worry about me anymore. I made sure to have Dad co-sign on the place for me since I'm still young and don't have much of a credit score yet.
What? Your dad? Trent, where did you end up finding your dad's phone number?
I was told what his number is by Cameron, although it took a little bit of convincing on his end to do so.
What?
I've actually been talking with Dad, ever since you and him had that divorce a while back. You not know anything about that? I swear I'd told you.
What the heck?
So I'm not sure why you're acting all speechless now, but that's what's happened so far. So I'll be moving out of your place now, heading out to Arizona to start my job.
Trent!
Arizona is pretty far away from here, so I probably won't be coming back here very often, if not at all. So enjoy yourself, Mom.
Trent! Oh, this can't be happening. You have to find yourself a job where you'll be making a lot of money and wearing a suit into work every day. I believed that you'd never end up like the person your older brother is. Oh. Trent, please! Respond to me, please! Cameron, whatever happened to this month's allowance from you?
Excuse me?
You've always sent me my $1,000 into my bank account by this time today. I just had a look at my bank account and there's still been no money from you.
You told me you don't need my money anymore.
Ugh.
Also, you cut ties to me a month ago, so what's all this about? Honestly, I just forgot to block your number. So I'll be handling that right now.
Wait a sec, Cameron!
Goodbye forever.
Cameron!
Well, back when my mom was talking with my little brother about his job, he was already boarding his plane to Arizona. The fact that her son, who she put so much effort into raising, was leaving her and going outside of her plan really set her off in a panic. One of the days I went into my office for a meeting, she followed me in, with the intent of forcing me to tell her where he was working now. But I just told her that I didn't know. She believed me. My mom actually doesn't even know that my brother and I are very close to one another, and we tell each other everything. Thinking that she was going to be living off favorite son from now on, my mom quit her part-time job entirely and was ready. But because Trent ran away from her, and she had already cut ties with me, she was forced to go back to that store and ask her manager to start working full-time. However, the manager found it way too funny that she had just quit, and was already back to asking for work again and told her to go look somewhere else. This ended up destroying whatever pride she had left in herself, and she began searching for an old folks' home to move into. She's not found a place that'll take her yet, so she had better hurry up and find one soon, or else she's gonna become homeless. But I'm not gonna step in if that doesn't end up happening, as I'm no longer her son to her, but just another stranger, judging her from the outside. Thanks for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.